Good luck, everybody.
Godspeed. Godspeed, Spider-Man.
All right, DG. You are up.
All right. Well, welcome to the Plight of Oob. This is our first session, so please excuse us for technical difficulties. I am just going to jump right into it. Activate our Amethyst capital.
Whoa.
All right.
Hacksaw, you might want to mute, dude.
All right. So you all sit within a large courtyard with many strange creatures that you kind of hope to recognize. You don't bother counting, but there's easily 50 other creatures in here. As you're waiting for your name to be called, you recall the crazy events leading up to this moment, starting when you entered that strange portal. You recall your first steps in this new world. Waning off disorientations, you were able to take in the sights around you. You each saw different terrain: a forest, a meadow, a small island, a grand cavern, a swamp, a sandy beach, and a snowy mountainside. There was hardly any time to ponder what happened before one of your own kind approached you. You immediately noticed the deep emerald color of their eyes and felt their overwhelming power as they approached you. Despite all that, you felt comforted seeing their own eyes and allowed them to put you away at a hidden location nearby. They then explained what happened and where you are now. Apparently, the portal you entered through is known to be one way, and for whatever reason you came here, this is where you live now. A world ruled by 3 kingdoms populated by different colors of dragons: the metallic kingdom, the chromatic kingdom, and the gem kingdom. They led you to a teleportation circle as they continue to explain that you are what they call an otherworlder, and would be processed by the gems, ultimately placing you under the reign of either the metallics or the chromatics. Or else you would fend for yourself in the wilderness with the other creatures who decided against the protection of the dragons. You are then teleported off to the Gem Dragon capital, where you are met by another individual, what's called a human, with amethyst-colored eyes. He quickly hurries you away to where you are now. They explain you're to wait here, and you would be collected into groups and divided between the 2 kingdoms. You would also have the choice to brave the world on your own, but it's not recommended. There's rarely survivors in the wilderness. So you decide to wait, and wait, and wait some more, until now, where your thoughts are interrupted by a very short human man with amethyst-colored eyes, and he introduces himself. Hello, I'm Amethyst. I'm an officer for the city. Please come with me. He guides you to a side room after collecting 9 other individuals on the way, seemingly at random. Okay, so my job is to place you into groups and give you your first task. Please introduce yourselves. All right, let's start with Bellamy. Stop the list.
Bellamy will look around, right? See these people, creatures even, right? That he's never seen before, right? Looks to his left, looks to his right, is unsure of where he is, right? But being prompted to introduce himself, he begins by saying, hello, I'm Bellamy. I'm a wizard of sorts. Right. Also a servant of the shadows. And I've come seeking my teacher. If you require, I'm also well versed in performance art, so these are my strengths. Thank you.
Okay. The human man currently nods his head and points to the next player, Cliff.
Cliff kind of does the same kind of thing as Bellamy. Kind of looks around, kind of stomping his feet a little bit. Has a weird look on his face. Pulls some dirt out of his pocket, puts it on the ground, steps on it. My name's Cliff. I'm cleric. Not really sure what's going on here, but it's mighty nice to meet you all. If you ever need any healing, just say ow.
All right. Once again, he nods his head and points to the next, Grenwyn.
You see an imposing figure who's 7 foot tall and muscular in all the exposed parts. You can see she's incredibly strong, and she's covered from top to bottom in blue fur, or at least the parts you can see are. Her face is covered in blue fur, and she looks around and says, I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm here to find Trespian. I'll be getting out of your hair as soon as I can. And she sits back down, if she's sitting.
Yeah, everybody has their own personal little seat to sit on. We will do Hacksaw next.
Hello. I do not know why I'm here or how I got here. I was just running for my life, and now I'm here. I'm sneaky, despite being enormous, because I'm like almost 8 feet tall and like 400-pound turtle man guy. But I don't really do much for violence, as violence took somebody close away from me. I prefer to mend those that require it. A bit of a healer. Thank you.
Okay. Next up is Miku.
Miku is a bit more out of sorts than everyone else here because she's not used to looking at people with 4 limbs. But Miku Cirrus here. I'm basically a refugee. My city went to hell. I had to fly as best I can, hoping I could find some of the other folk, Greys like me, who had to flee around here. She is notably colored like a common pigeon, if for those who have common pigeons in their world. And I like to believe that she is actually anxiously holding her axe like she has in her profile pic, just out of sheer anxiety.
Beautiful. We'll come up with Nilar.
Hello, I am Mueller. I have no clue how I got. Last I saw, my world was in fire, and then I blinked and I was here, and now I see. Oh, what are there's so many questions, so many. You're a wizard. I want to know every spell you have, but I have to get home. Oh, what has happened to her? Well, I'll try and stay out of your hair as well, as fast as I can, or if anyone knows a way home, please help me. But otherwise, tell me about yourselves. Thank you.
And finally, Spear.
Excuse me, gentlemen. Unlike this fellow before me, I'm not in a very big hurry to go anywhere. No, I'm fine. We can stay here. I can help. You want help? I'll help your kingdom. No problem. It's just a bit boring here, no? This has been slow, very idle. I don't know if I like just sitting around. Maybe we can get some wine, or adventure or both at the same time, even better. But I do not like this sitting around. You want me to serve a kingdom? That is great, but the gods do not respect the idol. Please, get me out of my bunk room. And I sit back down.
Beautiful. All right. So besides you seven, we have three more creatures in here to introduce themselves. A female Kalistar sorcerer named Cassandra. She claims to be some sort of seer. A male Goliath barbarian named Thozak, who entered this world after his clan was completely destroyed. And finally, we have male Aasimar cleric named Alto. He says he was sent here by Pelor himself, the god, to expand his teachings to a brand new world. And after all those introductions are all finished up, our main amethyst in the middle here splits the groups. We got two groups of three and a group of four. By dragon intellect, they decide that this is the best group composition that you guys can come up with, right? Okay. So the last three who introduce themselves, these guys up over here, they don't like the rule of the dragons, and they decide they want to hack it on their own. So they stand up, say, "We're not doing this," and they leave. And we'll see if they survive the wilderness in the future.
Big mistake.
If possible, can you just write down how to spell their names in the chat if possible?
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll get that to you guys. No worries. All right. The amethyst dragon lets them leave and goes, well, that happens. As far as the rest of you, Nilar, Cliff, and Miku will be heading towards the metallic kingdom, while Hacksaw, Bellamia, Subir, and Grendwin will be heading towards the chromatic kingdom. I will now go inform my colleagues that you are ready for further instruction, and they can brief you in more detail on what happens next. Please save any questions you have for them, as that is not my job. He then stands and exits the room, leaving the seven of you alone for the time being.
That could have gone worse, no?
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
Good eye.
I'm used to being on the beat around where I came from. Big city on the clouds, but every one of you seems a bit weird to me. I keep wondering, where are your wings? And I'm like, no one else has wings except that guy over there. I liked his wings.
Well, what's wrong? You never seen Eric and Lassie before?
No.
Well, that's weird.
It must
I understand what you're talking about. This is a very strange interaction for me. I've never seen most of your types before, at least not so big.
Oh,
I've seen a birdie before, but they're much smaller where I come from.
Yeah, I figured you were just kind of mutants, maybe some failed experiment. Are there more of you?
Aye, how do you know you're not the failed experiment?
Oh, the Vidalkin, it simply isn't possible. We're, to be frank, quite great.
It is possible we are all dreaming. Perhaps we are making this up in our imaginations. We should just have fun while we're here. No harm, huh?
Oh, that is absolutely not true. I followed Christy through that portal thing in the wall. It was weird. It is definitely not a dream.
I don't know about you guys, but most of you guys are guaranteed not to be experiments. I did 2 years of medical university, and they had all kinds of creatures. And some of you I recognize, and I can cure your wounds and knit your bones back together. I'm very skilled in this aspect of life.
I mean,
well,
with only 5 fingers, that's a disability from where I'm from.
How many fingers do you have?
6.
Oh, that's not that many extra, though.
You'd be surprised what one more can do.
I
I'm
am.
not touching that with a 10-foot pole.
I would very much like it if this were a dream, but it's most likely not. I've known about this portal for years. It's just I'd have to be crazy to want to fly through it, unless situations were really dire. And they got really, really dire, really, really quickly. I hit a lord on the head with a bottle of wine. That
What is
bad.
a lord?
Oh, that is not good. Not good at all. I too had to leave very quickly, so it's good that we're here for a while, right? I don't know why some people want to get back so fast. They have treated us very well.
We have lives to get back to. I've got a whole kingdom that is relying on me, and then I've got the whole entire forest outside of that, and the High Lady will be wondering what I've gone. She'll think I just abandoned her.
You know, everyone who works anywhere thinks that the place cannot run without them. And yet, when they quit, everything is fine. I'm sure it's fine where you're from. There's no hurry.
You all are saying a lot of words right now that I don't rightly know. All I know is that Sune, she told me to go through a portal, and I just do what I'm told.
I'm sorry. I appreciate you trying to be an optimist, sir, but I am 100% not joking when I say that if I went back through that portal, it would be a death sentence. And my main hope is that as many other Aarakocra as possible got through this portal in time, because things are going to look very bad for birds like me.
Oh. Have you not found any friends since you've been here?
It's been a day tops. I am very bad at telling time here. The sun doesn't seem to work like it did back home.
Well, we're all friends, ain't we?
Yes. I'd agree with that.
Until
seem
you
like
do
good
something that
people.
would indicate otherwise.
I mean, nobody's tried to kill anybody yet, so you're all good in my book.
It seems we will be split up anyway, no? The groups.
It does seem that way, yeah.
They explained a lot to us, but I still feel rather confused about the whole thing. Are they getting us a home, or are we stuck here?
Are we supposed to leave this place and go somewhere else?
From what I'm guessing...
Or are they coming to us?
I heard chromatic and dragons and metallic and dragons. Now, I don't know what a dragon is, but metal and chroma means, shiny stuff and colorful stuff. So we got Team Shiny. You guys got Team Colorful. I do not know the greater significance, but that is what I can parse out.
Do you all believe that, from what I can infer, right, if this be the land of dragons, right, do you all believe that man just now, Amethyst, was a dragon in and of itself? In my eyes, he looked to be of my race. Yes, in my eyes, he looked to be of my own race.
Or humanoid, I should say, sorry.
I
Or
think they
Vanelkanoid.
shapeshift. I wouldn't discount that as a possibility, but I don't. The only thing I know about dragons is they've got the right number of limbs, in my understanding. Sorry.
So I did not know there was a right number of limbs.
As I said, it's taking me a lot to get used to. Not a single one of you have beaks either, and I'm trying to parse that.
I mean, I think your hair's very weird, if that helps.
Hair? What is hair?
It's, and she throws her braid over her shoulder, and it's a long black braid that goes down to her waist.
How do you get your feathers to do that?
I don't have feathers.
Ah, I think I get it. Hair is like those things on rats, except it's positioned like crest feathers, kind of.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking. You call those crest feathers.
Yeah.
And what are you? She looks at Bellamy. What kind of... I don't know if I know a thing like you. Not in a bad
Well-
way. I want to understand you a bit more.
I just from land, from my own homeland, we call ourselves humans, right? It seems that we're all of different species.
Yeah.
A human, right?
It's
A human?
Are all of you
Human.
the top of your food chain, your apex, or are you more lower on what's it, a food chain?
That's a mighty weird way of thinking.
Oh, whoa!
I don't eat
such
cheese.
a-
I don't think it's food. Most of the time, it's made of metal.
the question I think my dear friend's trying to ask is, right? Do any of you have any other intelligent species within your homelands besides your own species? Right, that could be an interesting thing because, at the very least, from where I am from, right, no other species is as intelligent as the humans, right?
Exactly.
Eventually,
Yeah.
You don't have any
Yeah.
trees there.
trees.
Well, I
No,
mean,
we have
Aye, they're
trees.
very
I mean,
intelligent.
there's other types of ganassi.
Uh,
There's like air ganassi. There's like fire ganassi, water ganassi, and then
And
earth.
you all live together.
No, no. Oh no.
How does your biology work? In which case, if you are of an air ganassi, are you made of air?
Yeah.
Yep.
Air being an immaterial, like transparent fluid, how would that create physical structure?
Divine power.
Wait, so you're of the same species, but there are different sects of you and you don't get along.
No.
You say for the
I'm not
Ganassi?
quite sure if we still get along or not. I've been in exile for a long time.
Oh, shit.
What did you
Story,
do?
you and
story
me,
time.
you.
Story time.
I'm
Oh.
very concerned being around you now.
Oh no, it was.
Go ahead.
I had to leave to prove to prove myself. Yes, to earn the love of the chief's daughter.
Ooh la la.
Right.
That sounds like one of the cases my clients would send me on.
What's
It's not
the
really
chief?
as juicy as you would like, but that's the truth of it.
Do you fancy this girl?
I believe I do.
Then you must go to her.
She is not here.
No, but you
I'm
must
not
fight to go to her. Romance is so important.
I am not sure
I
that
believe
is
so.
physically practical at all. We Aarakocra have known those portals exist above and below their city, and every bird who's ever gone through them has never gotten back out of them. Though, interesting enough, my story is kind of similar to Cliff's here. Down to there being rather arbitrary differences. There's the colorful ones; those are called the brights, and then there's ones that are all gray or brown. Those are called the grays and Ashens. God, I'm tired.
This is okay.
Right.
Do not be nervous.
I forgot my most important question. What kind of magic do you all have from your world? Do you have magic?
Oh,
Yeah, I can heal things and other stuff.
I made a good.
I can heal things as well, just a little bit.
Oh, what kind of arcane calculations do you use for your regenerative spell properties?
I just hold my hand out and pray to Sune, and she does it for me.
Ill matter. I can't do any of that healing stuff. I tried. I just don't have enough. I don't know, force of personality. But I was able to get ill matter to make me basically unkillable. Very difficult to kill.
That is a very nice boon.
So Sune gives you this power. Are they a powerful mage?
No, she's the goddess of life and love.
Goddess.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What does that mean?
Oh, right. So, like, there's us who are, like, normal people, and we pray to, like, gods and goddesses to give us power. And if you're good enough and you listen and you don't do no bad things and you stick to what you said you would do for them, then they give you power.
Oh, government. We call it government.
Oh, no.
No. That is... as someone who has to deal with both of those are not the same thing.
It's like a higher power kind of thing.
Yeah, they're above you, and they dictate what you can do, and if you don't, you're punished.
Oh, I wouldn't say Sylvanas punishes so much. I mean, I think the Oak Father is very embracing of all and really works towards unity and prosperity for everyone. So I think he's a very fair deity.
Sounds like Sune.
Sounds like you have a refined government. That's very good.
I don't really think you're getting this down, and that's coming from me.
I think here's the main difference. So, like, a government is more like the High Lady and the High Lords, I guess. That is, and they are people who are like you, who tell you what to do and tell you what not to do, but they make laws and rules. But like a deity is something that is kind of more powerful, and like it's only them. They don't have to agree to anything with anybody else. They just get to do what they want to do, and they get to like be who they want to be, and they can make anybody else like powerful too. But I don't think governments can give you power like that.
All right, y'all
the High Elders are quite capable.
Y'all keep using that word government. What is that?
Government is like when a society gets structured. So there are people whose job it is to assign people to do other jobs, and those jobs work together to keep society running.
Well, they don't think you have to be assigned to a job. I've never been assigned to a job.
Yeah. The people in my village, they just do their job.
I mean, not everyone works for the government. Technically, almost all my clients were nobility, but I didn't have to take them. They just had enough money to be worth investigating for.
In my opinion, you are forgetting the most important part. It's what happens after you die. The gods and goddesses judge you and decide whether you wait for eternity for them to help you or whether they pass you on to the paradise that awaits you. And that is our job, to make them happy, to show off, to impress them while we are here. And so once we die, they're like, yes, please, have a front row seat. I want you next to me.
So your culture embraces lichdom?
Lichdom, I don't know what that means. My culture embraces parties. I follow the god of revelry, who encourages a good time and meeting people and the friends like we're doing right now. My god must be very happy that I'm meeting such good friends so fast.
So
Ilmater is the clipped god. He is the god of the poor, and he is almost always worshipped by the Ashen folk down there. It's more of a symbiotic relationship. He will reward the followers who do his work well in his afterlife, but he is also kind to the living, the diseased, the disabled.
So, as a human who's come from a world of both government and religion, the basic distinction is a government is a organization run by people of similar power of our species, right? It exists in order to enforce policies and create policies for society. It makes that convenient, right? And for the people within the society. Religion, on the other hand, right, is the belief of a higher power that usually has control over a specific domain, such as life, right? It's generally something immaterial, right, and is not more of an idea. There's a god of death, a god of life, a god of revelry, right, as has been stated. Now,
The god of nature.
God of nature as well, and such supernatural beings have the incredible ability to gift their servants the power of magic, right? In which case, these servants will obey their god and live to the ideals of their gods in exchange, right, for their own supernatural powers being presented in the form of magic. To answer your previous question, I, on the other hand, and Bellamy will take out a book, right? I'm more of a wizard. I've made contact with the weave through my own studies, and as such, gained the power to wield magic. This is another way to gain the power of magic. I don't know if any of you all have such wizardry powers within your societies, or if you all rely on your.
That is the deciding factor of my society. Our governments are of magic. It's we also interact with the weave, and this entire time, you'll notice Nilar is scribbling down on his journal as much as he can, taking in everything, and it almost looks nonsensical. But you'll also hear jingling, and at this time, you might notice as his arms leave the page of his journal. He's wearing shackles, partly melted shackles.
Upon noticing this from Nilar, Miku is brought into focus enough to realize that she should also be taking notes on this.
But no, that magic is what decides power and life and death and domain. As you put it, similar to those gods, although we don't generally specialize just in one, there's a few whack jobs who like to, but generally we try to broaden our knowledge as much as possible to enrich our culture and raise ourselves and our colleagues up.
It's kind of the opposite where I come from. The Brights are the ones who hold all the power, and because of that, the Brights are the ones that get to go into those wizard universities. Unless you're lucky enough to be a child of the storm and be able to do magic on your own. I knew a kid who can do that once.
Your Brights sound like our elders, our current ones at least.
They're not any older than us. They're just more colorful.
Oh. That seems even more indiscriminately unjust.
Whose keyboard is being super loud again?
I'm sorry.
Hacksaw kind of like stands up and kind of like hesitantly raises his hand. It's like, getting like way back. Do you guys not know how to heal without magic? Like, we don't have magic where I'm from. At least not for healing.
My nose and it never got fixed. Can you fix my nose? I broke it 4 years ago.
I would have to re-break it. Sorry, it might cause you some pain.
This is why I do not understand medicine. No.
I can break your nose if you want.
There's basic first aid, but there's only so much you can do with that. If you want to actually like treat salmonella or something serious like that, you need an actual paladin or a cleric.
Or you could use the right herbs.
Yeah, just natural ointments.
We don't have much in the way of herbs. So basically, due to some ancient angering of the Sky Lords or something, the surface of our planet became basically uninhabitable. Nothing. Our ancestors that basically just carried up the stuff we need to eat, and unfortunately some of our pests also follow us. That's why we still have rats, but we don't have any useful medicinal herbs.
Well, I bet that's very disappointing for you people. But maybe you can bring something back from your journey here. Maybe you can go back to your world and make it a better place, learning what you have from these other cultures, I guess.
I would love to, but as I said, I'm just not sure it's possible. I think if it was, either this place is so wonderful that no one ever wants to leave, and I'm not sure if that's the case, or it truly is a one-way trip.
Yes,
I hope
well,
that's not true.
we have tried, I can assure you. And that's when you all notice another amethyst man, totally different than the other ones, standing in the doorway, just listening to your conversation, waiting for a pause in between to speak up. Says, I am going to take 4 of you over to one room, and another will take the other 3. I very much enjoy listening to your conversations, but we need to clear the room for the next group, unfortunately. So any questions you may have, you can bring them up in the side rooms.
Very well.
Well, best of luck to you. I hope you all get what you're searching for.
Well, I hope all of you remain in one piece. If not, just call my name out. I'll be there as soon as I hear it.
Thank you.
Well, how good is your hearing?
Well, voice travels. Sune might tell me y'all need help. I'll come running. I'll get there eventually.
Okay.
Yes, come now. He opens the door and leads the group of 4 out. And there we will take a brief intermission to split up the groups.
All right. Should we go and log out?
All right. We are live. So, sorry, first episode here is going to take a little bit of doing. There is a channel by the same name as us. Ours is the light version, right? Lite. You can find Plight of Oob on another YouTube channel, same name. But until then, this is our first session. We have our 4 characters here: Hacksaw, Bellamy, Subir, and Grendwin. I will upload the live stream from our 8-person group that we did just before this as our introduction video. So, to get back into it, you guys just all introduced yourselves, and we got taken over to this side room where we're at now. The man with the amethyst eyes who led you away, he does explain that he is a dragon himself. In fact, all the humans here with these colorful eyes, or any creature for that matter, it seems to be a quirk of the dragons that when they change their forms like this, they shapeshift into whatever form, they keep the eye color from their dragon heritage. So, he brings you in, you all take a seat and introduce himself. Hello, June, man, you have the loudest keyboard. That's fair. Oh, that does remind me. Did everybody get into our group note thing? Cool. We can figure that out after too if we need to. But that's fair. Regardless, okay, so he sits you down, introduces himself. Hello, my name is Amethyst. You're probably getting pretty confused with all of us being named the same thing, but You don't have to worry about that. We know who we're talking about. So welcome to the world of Oob. We've been around for just over 2,000 years now. And I know a lot of you are concerned about being here. I am here to not reassure you, unfortunately. You're stuck here. We've had a lot of other worlders in the past trying to leave the world, and it's just we haven't found a possible way to help them out. Other than that, I suppose I can open the room to questions to start us off. No questions? Ah, yes. So you four are going to be under the chromatic dragons. And I have a little starting task to get you there. Oh, I'm glad you asked. So for the time being, let's say probably 3 days, if I remember correctly, there will be a caravan that's going to the dragon capital, the chromatic capital. Yes, 3 days in the city. There's not much to do here, unfortunately, in the time being, but you will have that time to yourselves. You can stay here in the barracks in the meantime. We've just been calling it Amethyst Capital. Yes. Yeah, so you specifically, when you came in, and I can actually, now that we're just the four of us, a little less confusing. Let's see, Grendwyn came into a snowy mountainside on her portal before she was teleported to the capital. Subir, he was inside a grand cavern with gemstones lining the walls. Bellamy came into a swamp, and Hacksaw came into a small island, small enough that you could see either end. And again, that's where you were first introduced to somebody who looked just like you. They didn't have amethyst colored eyes. They had, if I remember right, emerald eyes. But yeah, they introduced themselves. What's that? Hacksaw came in on a small island. Yeah, so they basically did a brief what just happened, introduction, and sent you over to the capital. And we're here now. We are under a gold standard, so the typical for us. I don't know how it was on your worlds, but yes, copper, silver, and gold is going to be what we're using. There are platinum in the world, but it's a little more rare. They'll be fine. Yes, two separate things. Okay, well, there is a forest all outside the city in our territory here. Every kingdom has some sort of forest, I suppose, but I think you'll be pleased to know that your caravan will be traveling through the forest to get to the docks, so that's fun. don't usually have entertainment that may be interesting. Yes, I do apologize. We do have taverns, though. I think you'll find that taverns are plentiful in our large city here, though. We do have a market as well if you want to go shopping, possibly. Oh yes, you should be able to find whatever you need in the market. Certainly could try. You'll have plenty of time to get to know each other on the caravan trip. For sure. So, let me just get straight down to it. And then that's when he pulls out a letterbox and sets it in the middle of the table. There are 5 greatwyrm dragons in the chromatic territory. Well, for each of our territories, I suppose. The 5 you'll be dealing with are currently at war with each other. Now, usually the war doesn't affect other worlders unless they are pledged to the chromatic dragons themselves. We are hoping to change that. So, within this letterbox here, we have 6 envelopes. 5 envelopes and a scroll, we'll say. And then he kind of pulls them out one by one and lays them out just so you can see what you're dealing with here. They're wax-sealed envelopes. There are 5 envelopes. The wax seals are the color of the dragon that they're supposed to be going to. And then just a scroll on top, which he further goes into explanation, saying that the scroll is a treaty that we have documented for the dragons, that we hope they can find a way to come together and unify their kingdom. A bit of history about our kingdoms. The chromatic dragons have a very long history up to this point of being at war with each other. But beyond that, they are also at war with the metallic dragons. So you can imagine that they are in significant more danger being not unified, such as the metallics. Hopefully you can convince them of that. And that's all we ask. So all we're asking you to do here today is to deliver the letter to each greatwyrm so that they may choose what they want to do for their future. And as an advance for this, he pulls out some gemstones of amethyst variety and hands one to each of you. Yes, it is true, I did say that. But this has a value of about 10 gold pieces. Just consider it capital to start your adventure here today. Or 3 days, I suppose. He seems to be a bit all over the place, but he gets you what you need. Oh, yes, of course. Of course. There are plenty of places in the market street for you to visit. So you can go to the nearby taverns, you can go shopping, Your barracks are here in this Capitol building. Just be sure that you reach the caravan in 3 days. Oh. I have yet to see another of your kind today. No, not in any of the recent time. Well, usually the dragon type, as such we are, can communicate to each other. As far as what you otherworlders do, it's totally up to you. And then you should see in Foundry, under the journal entries, there should be I'm going to organize this a little more. This was before we copied the world, but you should be able to find a gem letterbox in there. He wraps it up. Okay. How about... Yeah, there should be a green one. Sure, I can mess with it in the background here, but he wraps it up, gets the letterbox all together, and says, who wants to carry it? Alright, so he starts to wrap it up. He'll open it to any last questions here before he lets you go, but he does remind you, with a memory of his, he says you should be looking for a Zara Firestride, and she will be at the city gates here in 3 days with a caravan of people ready to go. Yeah, Z-A-R-A, Firestride. And she is... I wrote this down, I promise you. What sort of... Yeah, that's a good point. That's a really good point. Ah, here we go. She's also a human, but he assures you she is not a dragon. Yes, of course. Cool. So you all stand up to leave, and he kind of comes to a memory. He's like, oh yes. A couple more things, I guess. Sorry, I'm very all over the place today. He shows you this map of the world, points out to the right here in the red, this very large, I guess, castle keep. This is the lava capital. You should know that the chromatic dragons find it very offensive to be referred to by their color. So we have the lava, the storm, the forest, the swamp, and the frost dragons. I may update your notes on that later because I don't have them directly. Oh, good. Yeah, so you are going to end up in the red capital here, in the lava capital, looking for Neltharion. He's going to, being the largest of the different colors, whether they like it or not, they are colored. He'll hopefully be able to bring them together and provide you some direction when you arrive. Okay, well, be on your way. Now, I don't actually have a tavern map, but Theater of the Minds, roleplay stuff. Yes, yeah. So this is decoration, but these the dragons in the gem capital, they like to take the human form, so rarely you'll see a full-fledged dragon flying around here. But yeah, that's what they would look like. I guess if we were to call that one flying around, that would probably be either ancient or greatwyrm. Yeah, sure. So you guys walk up to the nearest, what we can find as a tavern. We're going to call it the Emerald Fane Avenue. That's the nearest one you could find, finding some directions from passerbys. You walk in, and there's let's say 6 tables around. Those are like booths. There's a few tables in the middle, and a large bar for you to go up to. There's a human man behind it, normal colored eyes, that greets you. Ah, yes, hail and good day. What can I get you? He has a small menu. It's basically just beer, mead, and some wines. So the beer's 5 copper, the mead is a silver, and wine is going to be 2 silver. Because yes, absolutely. So you can go ahead and change your character sheet appropriately. Ooh, you know what? Here, this is what he has. I don't know if I can put this right into Foundry. I'm sure I can. Boom, blam. We will do this and save. Configure all players, observers, save changes. There. So in your notes tab there, you should see a menu. And this is going to be food. We'll stick with the usual prices that I mentioned before as well. Good, glad it works. Well, typically typically these things pair very well together, but if you would like to change, that is your prerogative. Yeah, sure, absolutely. So that will be 2 silver and 5 copper.
Number 6. Dried mutton and bitter cheese, tankard or bitter.
How many silver in a gold? It's sometimes 10, sometimes 5. I just want to make sure.
It's 10.
It's 10? Okay. And copper is 10 as well?
Yes.
Our electrum is 5?
Yes, but we're not going to use electrum.
Okay. Thanks. So it's 2 silver and 5 copper?
Right.
Okay.
What just happened to my headset?
Good sir, very interested in number 2, the steamed shark with cardamom, panna bread, the glass of gin. I do enjoy gin, and please a glass of beer and a glass of mead and a glass of wine, please.
Cool, I hope you did the math for all that.
Yeah, I got it.
Great.
4 silver and 5 copper.
Well, the character is able to take that order no problem and whip out a price for you.
Simultaneously, I look around the place at a group of young, energetic, fun-loving individuals. I bring them the 3 extra.
Okay, cool. Absolutely. So that will be 1 silver and 6 copper pieces. Oh, 1 silver and 6 copper. Oh, okay. Sure. Absolutely. And I will mention too that I don't have any events in the town. This is just kind of your time to get rowdied up, get to know each other, find information, whatever you want to do before your trip here in 3 days. Nope, not this time. We are not starting in a tavern. We are starting on a caravan. Sure, so some basic information, I suppose. There is the marketplace. I guess that would be a good time to point out under your actors here. You guys should be able to see under the capital folder. Let's see, merchants, capital. Those 4 people are going to be the shops here. And you should be able to just pop them open. and use the $ to buy stuff from them. And hopefully that works okay. So under the actor sheet where you would find your character sheet, should be paid monsters, merchants, capital, or possibly capital. I'm not sure what you guys see exactly. That checks. Sure. Yeah, you should be able to sell things in the market. So you'll have to do that manually. Just take whatever the price of whatever it is and then half it. It's fine for now. Nobody mentioned it. Let's roll something for it. Maybe some people around the tavern here know. Let's just do a charisma. Keep it real simple to start out here. I suppose whoever wants to know. You should be able. Can you guys open your actor sheets? I mean, I can unpause it. It's not a big deal. Okay. Yeah, so this, you found out some information. This caravan apparently is a thing that happens every few months, and you're basically just in time to catch it. It goes there and comes back, and that's kind of the trail that's set. Basically, yeah. There may be people in the caravan who have extras, but you don't know yet. Does nobody have rations? Super. I will add some rations to the general store here. It'll just take me a minute. Sure. Okay. No, that's fair. Is there a specific herb you're looking for, or just herbs in general to work with that kit? Sure. That could definitely be some worthy information. Yeah, you head over there. They do have things for sale, very basic herbs, if you will. Let's say, like common 5 copper, some more rare stuff, about a silver each. Right. What are you trying to purchase? For the herbs thing, I'll come up with a better way to do it, but for now, let's just do like just 5 copper, just so you have some sort of material and you can create an item on there. And we'll get back to that outside the session on how we want to do it. Alright, so you can't buy things. Has anybody else tried to buy things? Okay. So which shop are we looking at? Right, I'm gonna do that too. Sure. Do you have rations in your bag right now? Yeah. I'm pretty sure rations are what, like a copper or something? Let's see. Yeah, it does look like they're 5 silver per day, so. Yeah, that's fine. Until I can find this. But what else we got? Other questions? Other things? I think it. Yeah, I think it depends on your background. Yeah. area. I added rations to the general store. Mm-hmm. I mean, your mic's cutting out a little bit, so I didn't catch that at all, but... Right. I'm going to say no for today, and I'm going to look more into it. And it's a clever thing to do, and I want to reward that type of thinking, but that changes things mechanically pretty significantly. Well, I can point out that I'm sure one of these should have clothes in them. Yeah, that's fine. You do recall, though, that most of the other worlders, they're wearing basically whatever they came in. I would say traveler's clothes is probably the most common thing. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Say there's a very highly skilled tailor here, being the, Great. But yeah, we'll call it, since this is like the focal point that all the other worlders begin in, I think it's fair to say there's a tailor here that can get you what you need. Size be danged. Not for our skilled tailor. I mean, sure. Actually, here, let's do that. Pop, 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 pop. Here, let's try that, huh? Noted. Yeah, I haven't used merchants before, so learning. You can sell it to one of these people. It's worth 10. Anybody will take it, and they can trade it between themselves. Here, specifically. Now, that could be harder to do in smaller cities. Just point that out. For a gemstone like that, especially here, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's perfect. Interesting. So it sounds like a way for Grung to communicate with each other, mostly. It's like a written kind of thing, right? Does he even have any? You should only have one, too. If one of you take it, it should delete it, I believe. Yeah, dude, this dude's literally got a stick with some holes in it, and he's like, who wants it? And he tells you this story about grungs, these creatures that you've never heard of. They're like, oh yeah, this talks to grungs, bro. Trust me. What a guy. Sure. What a guy. He's just like, excuse me, sir. No, get out of my face. Yeah, something like that. Sounds right. The general store, man. It's Balor. Yeah. So these are kind of placeholders. He's going to be your... That's who has it. You might be able to find it in a different city, but he's not going to guarantee anything. No arrows, huh? What a jerk. Well, now I know where I can find them. Boom. Arrows. And got bolts. I added some just now. They should be in there if you want to refresh it or whatever. Yeah, he can whip together a little whip for you. Let's see. These were all. Look, man, I'm super busy. I'm gonna put it under the adventurer. Yeah, that's fine. It's half price. Well, it came with your class, regardless your race, so. Did you sell your crystal for 10 gold? Oh, quit spending so much money. I don't know what to tell you, man. Not if it's on here. Not that specifically. The other things were pretty basic stuff, but I'll have to try and figure out where that came from then. Well, I don't know where it came from. Maybe that's supposed to maybe that's supposed to be your herbs. Yeah, no, that's a pretty big deal. So I'm just going to put in parentheses on it. Yeah, I think so. If you don't know where it came from, I don't know where it came from. Should be down there. I can drag them over though if you'd like. Should be what, 1 gold per 20, I believe. Yeah, 1 gold for 20 arrows. I'll drag some onto your sheet for you. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it's kind of rudimentary for them to have less than like potions of healing. They're snobby like that. Yeah, and I'm not going to rush you guys through it, but once you're ready to go, we'll skip up to the cavern and move through. Okay. Wow. Let's see. Oop. Did I say cavern? Caravan. Make sure we're paying attention to the weight and stuff too. Yeah, I would hope so, right? But I don't know, maybe you got gold-tipped arrows. Oh my gosh. Sorry guys, I changed scenes. There, now you should be able to. It's gonna be forest, so I mean, I don't know. No, forest, that's what I said, but region specific. Okay. Sure. Let's see. I'll put some different clothes options on Bloor here, since we tapped them out. Oh no. What happens? Not sure what happened there, but everybody just got kicked for a moment. Oh, it's good now, but my stream just like kicked everybody off. We're good now, I think. Yeah, that's definitely what it is. Plate mail should be like super expensive. Are you guys ready to move on to the caravan? You can debate that in your own time. Whoa! You want to use dragon skin for your armor? Alright, so 3 days pass. 3 days pass, you get plenty of rest, you spend your time in the taverns, all that fun stuff. Just, nah, you're fine. Don't worry about it. Who? What happened? Am I? Oh well. Yeah. Oh well. Trying to get the streamer to work here. It disconnects every now and then. Yeah, so I mean, feel free to walk around and chat or whatever. You guys head out towards the outside of the city gates here. You find Zara immediately at the head of the caravan here. Right. She beckons you over. She offers you the job as guards for the caravan on the adventure if you would like. I do have a little bit of information on these characters. I'm just trying to fix the stream. I've got information for all of them. It's not a ton of information, but I got some. This isn't... Oh no. I can't answer that, at least. Everybody you ask has no idea what you're talking about. Were you a Firbolg, right? You're the only one that they've seen. Come on, baby. So, to be fair, everybody here is also otherworlders that you guys quickly find out, just chatting everybody up before we leave here. The most knowledgeable, of course, would be Zara. She's taken this path several times by now. She does mention there are herbs and things through the forest that you could forage for. With a nature check, I'm sure. But other than that, everybody else is brand new world for them. Here we Looks like a 16 to me. You see where that showed the 16? Yeah, chat and then rolls. You should see the 16. Yeah, so you're able to find some basic necessities. We'll say herbs times, oh, I don't know, 5. And then we'll put a price on those later. Let's put a silver each on them. And then one, a little more rare, we'll say 1 gold piece, speckled mushroom or something. And you can just jot that down in your character sheet, those things. Yeah, just the herbs again. Yeah, 5 of them, 1 silver each, sorry. It's very concerning to me that I can't get our streamer to work correctly. Sure. Yeah, so she greets you when you walk up. She goes, yes, welcome. Looks like you're the last we need to get started here. Say if you'd be interested, I do have a job. We need a few more guards for the caravan on our trip. How does that sound? Well, the wilderness can be dangerous. Not necessarily attacks. It'll probably be fine. But just in case there is, we'd like to have some people to fall back on. I would offer 20 gold apiece for our guards. Well, it takes every couple months, but there could be some giant spiders and wolves on the way. Guess we'll something new every month. I swear, it's crazy. Oh no, not that we've had to deal with. She does introduce two other guards. They'll be the ones next to the horses. Malik, Goliath Barbarian, and Nisa, a Tiefling Ranger. Just try to stay together. It's a long journey through the wilderness. Anything could happen. It's going to be about 4 weeks to get to the next town, and then 2 weeks after that to get to the docks. Once we get on the ship, it should be probably about another week or so at sea before we get to the lava dragon territory. Oh yes. Oh, yes, you didn't need to buy your own food. Yeah. Well, I assure you, we have plenty of food to go around for the journey. Yeah, so like 14 gold for that many rations. Oh yes, it's gonna be a grand old time. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead. I'm going to, alright? Go ahead and give yourself DM inspiration. And then so she smiles at you, but she doesn't speak. She just strums a couple strings there and nods in your direction. Give me 1 second. My stream keeps dropping, you guys, and I cannot for the life of me figure out why. Oop. There you go. There we go. Yeah, we're going to travel most of the day, camp at night. Your caravan specifically is going to be the second one. Everybody's kind of assigned their own. It's got plenty of bunk space in it. The carts have supplies being pulled by oxen, as you can see. Oh. One last thing that Tabaxi does too, since she didn't speak, she took out like a... Well, we'll have her strum it. She strums words into the air, saying Seraph Bright Song. That's Seraph. She nods, but at this time she doesn't have anything else for you. let's see. So, detect magic wise, you will get something off of the third wagon, the fourth wagon, the fifth, and the sixth. Right. Generally, outside of that, though, the area around you doesn't seem to light up any specifically. It's just mixed. It's just a very, very general sense, such as like a magic user, we'll say. Yeah, well, they're not doing magic, they're just their magic type. Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Okay. All right. Let's take a 10-minute break, because I have to go to the bathroom, and we will pick it up there, starting on our journey. What's up, everybody? Yes. Great. So, I fixed our viewer's map. I figured out it was wrong. It was part of the cloning the world. So, that's fixed now, so our viewers can actually see what we're talking about. This is our caravan. Alright. So we chatted up everybody in the caravan. We became some guards here with promise of pay at the end of the journey. And we set out. So we're going to do this probably week by week here. The first week, nothing very eventful happens. It's pretty safe. You stay in the caravan at night. I do have a map if once we get to it, but some of the other caravan members here start voicing concerns about their choices. You overhear a few questions that go unanswered. You know, are these woods really as dangerous as the gems claim? Will our guards be strong enough to defend the caravan, if so needed? Will the chromatic dragons accept everyone into their kingdom? Other comments are brought up, but it's basically if they've made the right choice. Do they want to be under the dragon rule, or maybe the wilderness is better, dangerous as it may be? Wagon 6 seems to be the biggest ones in doubt, bringing up the rear. Yeah. Sure, so over the course of the week, you get to know these people a little more. You find out their names. We have Rorik. He is an orc fighter. Soren. Soren is a guy's name. He is a tiefling warlock. We have a Minotaur navigator. Her name is Vita. And they've kind of just grouped up together, you know, they're sleeping together and whatnot. Not like that. They're sharing a wagon here, so they seem to be under the same headspace. They don't think the dragon rule is right for them, and they're thinking about trailing off here one of these days. Oh, they don't make it clear. Absolutely. So the chromatic dragons, they believe that everybody should be free, but kind of under their protection. I actually have a little blurb written about it if I can find it here. Let's see. Alright. So you would have learned this back in the gem capital, but the metallics believe that the world should be united under them, pledging allegiance to the great metallic gods, being the platinum dragon, ideally. The chromatics, on the other hand, believe that everyone should live freely, but if they want aid from the dragons that they're under, they should pay them a tribute. And the gems think that everyone should live freely, but they want basically nothing to do with the other worlders. They want to send them off to the other two kingdoms. Basically, yeah. every time you play a little, I don't know, music, this tabaxi seems to join you. Yeah, it seems like the chromatic kingdom is the most common to bring otherworlders. If you want to, their like protection though, you're supposed to, what's the term? Like fealty to them? Not sure what the term is off the top of my head. Right. The wilderness and people who didn't agree to that type of thing. Alright, so that takes care of the first week. The second week, as you're traveling along, I gotta find it, I lost my place. So the people are quieter. Let's do a performance check with advantage for your guys' performance throughout the week. No. We'll see what the general. No, you definitely are rolling. Well, your first one was a dirty 20, so definitely plenty there. So with a solid dirty 20 here, the spirits of the caravan are high. They seem to be getting into the idea that they'll be part of the chromatic kingdom. It seems like everybody has a place that they're thinking of going to. Everybody except that sixth wagon, of course. They seem to be kind of trailing further beyond. Like every day it passes, they're a little further behind. Does anybody want to do anything for the week? You're looking for some magical people? Yeah, sure. Sure, sounds good. Let's see. I do not have any wizards for you. best to talk with that would probably be Wagon 3. We've learned that we have a priest there and a sorcerer. Their names are Ilara and Kai. Kai seems to be the type who, when you guys are doing your fun musical shows to keep the spirits up, he likes to add to the show with dazzling displays of magic. He's currently using a shield and a spear. But beyond that, he doesn't want to give too much about his information away. Okay. So it looks like we have, let's see. So Wagon 3, we've got a blacksmith. He wants to, his name is Cedric. He wants to, oh, okay, sure. Cool, because that would take a lot more time. Yeah, so the people in the back, they seem to have formed a little group that want to basically hack it on their own. They've got a magic user who, the tiefling, doesn't seem to want to give too much away about themselves, but you can tell that they're a magic user. And then we have our fighter, and the Minotaur is a female. She seems to be a little more talkative. She's where you're getting most of your information from. She's a navigator. She just kind of wants to map out the world. Not necessarily. Everybody just seems kind of at a neutral standpoint, at least in the caravan currently. Sure. Let's see. So the orc, he's not going to follow anybody. He seems like a man to himself. Lone Ranger, if you will. The tiefling, let's do a persuasion check for the tiefling. That's going to be the one that you can tell they're magical, but they're not really giving much away. Should I even roll against that? Let's be honest. Yeah, right? Yeah, no, I can't beat that. So, the tiefling is... They're a warlock. And I keep saying what everybody is. We're going to call that more meta, because it's going to help us understand what people are, but your characters aren't going to know what these races are without first asking and being like, oh yeah, that's cool. But it's also been a couple weeks. They would have found out this information by now. So the tiefling, it's a warlock. He doesn't mention his patron at all, just that his power is borrowed from something greater. As far as the Minotaur, she doesn't seem to follow anyone as well. She just wants to travel and see more of the world. Yeah, absolutely. The orc, I feel like the orc and the minotaur are the easiest to explain. The one wants to travel, so that's what she wants to do, is travel around. These guys seem to also want to get around, so she's kind of huddling up with them. The orc almost seems like he wants to prove himself, so he may find his way to some dangerous battles and get out of the safety of the cities. Whereas the warlock, he's very hard to read, almost as if something else is talking to him to influence his decisions. No, you're fine. What? Do you have an idea? Word. Sure. I mean, they're keeping their distance, but they're not like out of earshot. So you could just hang out by the fifth wagon. Cool. So far, you don't sense any danger from them. All right. So end of the week, it gets to be nighttime here. Gonna hop into our first camp night scene. Sure. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with that. Very solid. Alrighty. So we're to our first night here. Let's see what we got. Alright, so as you're traveling here the last day, thick webs start appearing around all the trees, and the caravan master pauses and she warns the group, let's try to stay closer together for this next week. And when we all get through it, we'll take an extra rest at a tavern that she just knows is coming up here. Keep an eye out for each other. Don't leave the caravan. If someone goes off on their own, consider them lost. And then we take a short little break here at the night. Yep. I mean, you would know what your spider can do. I think that's fine. I just don't have a creature for a spider right now. No, it's a good plan. I will keep that noted. We do have the 2 extra guards as well. So, yeah. Okay. Sure. Yeah. No, I mean, nothing serious goes on tonight. Just kind of our first little caravan scene night here. Okay. That sounds fair to me. I'm just messing with the next scene here. I'm sure it's set up correctly. Yeah, we'll say you do it once every week. We're saying nature check for that. Yeah, go ahead and do your nature check. Yeah. That'll be at like the end of the week, so 2 are good. No, go ahead and triple it for now. I may edit how we do this in the future, but for now that's fine. Scene isn't loading how I wanted it to, but that's fine. We'll make it work. I suppose I can make it nighttime. Or dark in the shadows of the woods. You could probably make bandages out of it. Okay. Yeah, make another spot for it. You guys will have to tell me how this views for you. Probably nothing. So you got a whole ton of it, but yeah, not worth it. Can you guys see the whole map or no? Yeah. Ideally, I didn't want you to see the whole map. I might have to deal with that, but it's not a big deal. So, let me read what we got here. Alright, so the next day, there's noises heard from the woods. Some travelers mention how they feel like they're being watched. No, like they're being hunted. Up ahead, the guide announces that there's a wreckage seen blocking the path. You guys continue to approach as she gets up there, but the spider that's walking around vanishes. As the spider vanishes, well, we'll have it to where the familiar spider, they vanish from your connection, and then she lets you know, the guide lets you all know that there's the wreckage before she lets off a cut-off scream. She's like, ah! At this. So the spider blinked out of existence from your connection. Okay. So shortly after that short little scream is heard, the next thing you guys notice are many giant spiders that appear all around the area. Spiders, I know, who would have guessed, right? take good notes on what everybody's doing here, because we probably won't have time for this fight. But to kind of wrap it up, one of the guards rides up to you guys before all this crazy confusion's going on. They say, somebody needs to go down and save the guide. If we don't have a guide, we're never going to get out of here. So now you guys are left with a choice. Go down for the guide or stay back and fight. He does try to reassure you that we can hold them off. But you're not too sure about that. He would have been way back on the path. You wouldn't have time to run back and peer. Okay, so is it a consensus that we're going down the hole then? Okay. Yeah, and of course, like you were saying, it's not like these people are totally, completely defenseless. Everybody will defend themselves. There may be some casualties, but I guess we'll find out. Alright. So for funsies, go ahead and move your tokens on the hole here. Yeah. There's a hole where your guide was. Let me pop over there so that our stream can see it. Yeah, all your tokens should be accurate. You're seeing what you're seeing. Can you guys see all this map too? Is it... Can you guys just see like the area? Like if you zoom out a bunch, is it all black outside this? Okay, okay. Cool, 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 cool. Good, good, good. Perfect. Yeah, this should be appropriate. You guys should be able to see, like... Yeah. But it's all black, though. Okay, so... This is what I want to try before we end it up, right? If you have torches, you should be able to right-click your token and click the little fire in the top left. Yeah, so that lights your torch. Cool. So I am going to wrap it up for our stream, and then we'll just stay after here for like 10 minutes or so. But this was our first session. It's about time, right? This will get better as we go, obviously. First session back after a long hiatus. I will get when we were all together just before this, I'll get a video for that to upload to the channel. So whatever prospective viewers we have aren't like super confused. Awesome. Okay. Well, I'm going to wrap up the stream, and I can see you all on the Discord here in a moment to just talk after. All right. Thanks, everybody.